plastic in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. That was big enough to qualify as the planet's largest landfill. There was more than 200 billion pounds of plastic in the world produced each year. About 10% ends up in the ocean. 70% of that eventually sinks, damaging life on the ocean floor. The rest floats. Much of it ends up in gyres and the massive garbage patches that form there.
Most of the plastic is underwater. It's like an iceberg of particle-sized pieces of plastic, meaning that creatures in the ocean eat the plastic and can't digest them. Worse yet, some of the fish do survive, are extremely toxic. Just think, most of the ocean has at least some plastic in it. Doesn't that make the fish that we eat a little bit toxic? How gross is that?
My invention will be running all day and all night. It will run on solar energy. There will have to be someone out there to check/clean out the garbage every 2 to 4 days. My invention will suck in the garbage through a tube and then go through a series of filters, and then the pump part will float inside a buoy-shaped boat with a solar panel on the top. I understand that there is smaller life forms such as plankton that lives in the ocean. And so the filters will have to be just large enough that the plankton can get through.
This is my prototype video. Really bad.
It's okay. We can still get the gist.
Maybe put a truck back here.
I'm saying but that's because I had to get that. In reality, my prototype is
Here, I'll just read that part off because I don't know why it's quiet. Okay. We use water in many ways. To wash our hands, to shower, to bathe, to clean. Most importantly, we use it to keep us hydrated. 97% of water on Earth is salt water. 2% is ice caps, and 1% is fresh water and groundwater. Most water that we drink today comes in plastic bottles. This is a bad thing because every piece of plastic made is virtually indestructible. It just gets smaller and smaller and smaller. This is part of the reason why we have the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. So whose fault is it? Being humans and all, we like to point fingers. Honestly, all continents should have a part in this because we all help to make the mess. But places like third world countries don't have the privilege to recycle, so they threw their garbage into the ocean instead. So it's our job to help them by building recycling plants in places like this, where it saves the earth and helps give people jobs as well. I have a bunch more pictures too.
help clean up the garbage cans.
How do you do that?
That's so cool.
So can you walk us through your prototype?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. I was gonna like go like that and then I dropped it. My dad and I might not be very happy with me. But, so anyways. So this is like a 12-watt pump, water pump that my dad gave me. And so right here there's a filter that's wet. There's a filter here that will capture all the garbage. But if we were to actually build it, it would be facing this way, and this round part would be setting like this, and then there'd be another one up at the top to catch stuff at the surface. And then it would suck in the water, and there'd be a series of filters. And come in here, and this would, all the clean water and like the microorganisms would be in here, and then come out through this tube. And
Go back into the ocean.
yeah, and go back to the ocean.
So where would you collect all the garbage?
The garbage would all be collected in here, and there'd be like little panels that you can open up when this stops. Take out all the garbage.
And would it be floating on top? Or would you have it?
This part, it would have to be half in the water, I found out. So this would have to be half in the water, but it'll be on like this buoy-shaped boat kind of thing that floats on the surface, and then the water will just come out there, and there'll be a solar panel on the top. Mitchell?
Did you have to take it back to shore, like take it out of the water to clean it every time?
Not necessarily, because you could have like get people out there in boats, and like scuba divers come out and collect the garbage and plastic from inside. Hey, Raj?
You know how you said that the microorganisms and stuff are gonna just get thrown back into the ocean? And will it throw them like kind of far, or will it throw it like really close to the things? Because what if the microorganisms get stuck back in the plastic right near the machine?
It depends. Because they'll have to go back into the ocean at some point. So, but technically if they keep going back onto the plastic, they'll keep getting filtered out, so it doesn't really matter.
You said that your ship would be working during the day and night and it was powered by solar panels. How are you going to get energy during the night?
Well, you see, in solar panels, they store energy too, which is, like, most people didn't think of that, but the solar panels actually store energy, and that's what'll be going on in the night.
I might have missed this part, but how big is your prototype and how much can it hold?
I can't remember because it's all on my math, and I don't have my math with me right now.
Can it handle storage?
Yes. You don't, it's because it's like a buoy, right? And the buoys, the way they set it on the water, for some reason, they don't fall over.
How long do you think it's going to take for you to clean up your ocean?
I don't know, it might take like maybe 5 years, but it's still collecting things from the bottom too, so it'll keep things from going directly to the bottom and being really hard to get up and out, so it's, in a way, it's worth it.
May have missed this, but crap, I forgot my question. Come back to nothing of it.
How often would you have to clean the filters?
I said in the video, like every, like
Cool. All right.
once or twice a week, like every 4 to 5 days kind of thing.
Will it suck up the fish?
No.
Oh.
The holes in it will be like small enough that at least large fish, or like, like fish like this big, can't get into it. But even if like minnows get into it, they'll be like filtered out, I think.
How do you plan on filtering really big stuff like fishing nets and couches and?
Okay, well, couches, you can just go in there and grab out the couches because that's kind of hard to do.
Or like fishing nets.
But like fishing nets and stuff. So there could be like a small version like this that can be put up for a while, and then once it's all the like tiny plastics are coming, then bigger stuff can go in. So we have like 2 different kinds.